Hi NSU University School students. I'm Brad, and this is Sylvia, the silver-tipped shark. We're with Washed Ashore, an organization from Oregon dedicated to ocean conservation through art. I hope you've investigated her already this fall. She's one of my favorites because she's just so cool. I'm here to tell you, many other of her friends have joined her during your break and are all over campus. There's Gumdrop Jelly, Flash the Marlin, Seymour the Seahorse, and others, and like her, they're all made from trash picked up off the Oregon beaches. So when you see them up close, see if you can find things like flip-flops, golf balls, combs, and other things we use regularly that are made from plastic. As the Conservation Education Director, I'm excited to share this video on how we make our sculptures so you'll be able to tell others, especially your adults, just how they're made. Enjoy this behind-the-scene glimpse of Washed Ashore.
Hi, I'm Leah Ruby. I'm the art director with Washed Ashore. Welcome to our shop. Here at Washed Ashore, we get a lot of questions about how we make these amazing pieces of art. And I am here to walk you through that process. The artistic vision that we focus on here at Washed Ashore really has to do with the story behind each of these animals and their plight in our world. That is how we decide exactly how we make our drawings and how the animal is shaped in the sculpture. We focus on several aspects so that the conservation idea and the feeling of kinship with these animals is something that comes across in our work.
I love Coke Zero, and so this immediately makes me think of my can usage. Definitely some of the lighters. I hate when I see lighters on our beaches, and to see so many of them as part of the fish kind of resonates with me in that sense.
A lot of people ask us, are all of your sculptures made out of ocean debris? The answer is yes. Every bit of plastic on all of our sculptures has been collected off of beaches and waterways. We work with our team of volunteers to collect thousands of pounds of ocean plastic debris each year. But what do we do with it when we get it? It's dirty. We have to process it, basically. We don't want to add any more pollutants to the environment, so we use a combination of vinegar, safe detergent, and the sun. We have to make this plastic into an art supply. Once all the plastic is cleaned, we then sort it. So all of the plastic is separated by color and also by size. The bigger pieces, like the front end of boats or kayaks, they go along one wall. The smaller pieces are on racks in the back of the shop. Okay, so now that we have all the plastic sorted and it's ready to be used as an art material, we go back to our animal that we decided on. I start by making drawings. After the research is complete and we've identified specific traits that we want to show with the sculpture, for example, we have an octopus, and when you look at that sculpture, you can see how curious an octopus is. That was the intention behind that specific sculpture. Once we have our drawing decided, and the size that we want to make this sculpture, we then begin with the armature. Armature is a fancy word for a sculpture skeleton. And all of these sculptures have a welded armature. After we weld the steel frame, we then use recycled racing tires to skin the whole thing. Once the armature is completely finished and we have the whole sculpture skinned, I design a panel that can be replicated by our fantastic volunteers. This panel is something that can get across a certain idea about the animal. For example, if we're making a bird, these panels will look more like feathers. As you can imagine, it's difficult to make plastic look like feathers. How we design and replicate these panels is really integral in bringing these sculptures to life. We use panels to show large areas of a sculpture, but to get detail ideas across, we use a thing called kebabs, which are pieces of plastic on a piece of wire. 98% of all the kebabs made are made by volunteers here in the shop. So the final step in making a wash ashore sculpture is tiny details. So we start with a huge scale to talk about the huge scale problem of ocean plastic pollution. And we finish by adding small pieces of recognizable plastic at eye level. We do this consciously. We will put a small car right about this level for a person who might play with a car that size. We will put a toothpaste tube or a toothbrush right about this level so parents can see that these are the kinds of things that end up in our ocean. And hopefully we can inspire some kind of change in consumer habits. No one person can solve this massive problem, but together we can all do one thing to be a part of the solution.
Wash Ashore's here at the NSU University School to help students and your families discover how to keep the ocean clean and protect cool animals like sharks from plastic pollution. From now until spring break, your school will be exploring this in different ways, featuring our Art to Save the Seas. I'll be back in March to see what you've uncovered, so until then, check them all out, learn more about each one, and share what you find out. Bye-bye.